Okay, my name is Doree, it rhymes with Marie. I'm from upstate New York. You can hear, some people say that I have an accent, so they always ask me where are you from when they start hearing me talk. My voice used to always, and a lot of other things, used to always be a problem for me. People would always pick on me, even up there where everybody else is from. They would pick on me because of the way that I talked, my hair, the way that I looked, you know, especially girls. You know, of course, boys, they're just different anyway, but girls did it. I always did really well in school. I never really had any problems with my grades, but I always had issues socially. So when it came to having friends or being popular or being invited to somebody's house and doing things like that, that is where I had some issues, and that's why I started to feel down about myself and started to feel like, maybe there's something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? You know, why don't these people like me? Now, I had a couple of friends. I mean, everybody has somebody that's a friend. But, and this is going to be more than 30 seconds now, no. But it just seems like the people, sometimes you look at people and you want to be friends with them or you want to be in with them, and for some reason you can't, and they exclude you, and I just couldn't figure out what that was. Like, what is wrong with me that I can't be a part of them? And I knew it wasn't because of the way that I talked so much, but a lot of times I got singled out because I was smart, because I knew the answers, because maybe the way that I dressed. I am a middle child, so I have an older brother and a younger sister, and my brother's 6 years older than me, my sister's 5 years younger. So whenever we went to school, we never went to school together. And I didn't live in a place where I had family, okay? So everybody in my house was my family, everybody else wasn't. So I didn't have any cousins or anybody else in school, any friends like that, just instantly to just be like, okay, well, you know, you're my girl, you know, we're gonna do everything together. I didn't have any of that. So I was always kind of a loner. So I felt that, and I also felt for a long time that I had to excel in school because I really desperately wanted to get the approval and the love. I couldn't feel the love and approval from my father. I lived in a house with both of my parents, but I just felt like, you know, what can I do not to make him love me? I knew he loved me, but he never said it. He never touched me. He never took me anywhere. He never did anything with me. So I just kind of felt like, okay, what can I do to make my daddy love me, to pay attention to me, to give me what it is that I need? And I saw that come out in other areas as I came through 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade with boys. I saw that, and I didn't know that that's what it was when I was in it. But now looking back, I'm in my 30s now, I can say, okay, well, you know what? My father was physically present, but he wasn't emotionally present. And I learned some things about that. And so I know I'm jumping all over the place, but that's just kind of like an overview of where I come from and kind of what I'm about. And I've always felt like if I could go back in time and tell the young Doree, okay, it's going to be all right, here's what's going to happen, here's what you need to do, you don't need to mess with this person, you don't need to worry about that. I wish I could. Like, we all wish we could probably go back yesterday and probably want to change something that happened yesterday. So I decided to write a book. I ended up writing 2 books. One of them is just a journal, and the other one is a book partly about my life. And I thought that if I could put it all down, I could help some people now that maybe are going through stuff, even like as young as like 12 years old. Because really, these thoughts that we have in our mind don't start when we become adults. They start when we're young. And there's a lot of women, I don't know if you know any, but there's a lot of women my age and older that still have issues with self-esteem and motivating themselves and achieving to do things because they never dealt with the stuff that happened when they were your age. So I think it's really important that we hone in on that. And I know in this group, y'all probably talk about that all the time, but I just want to throw that out there so I can establish a foundation as to where I'm from. We just saw that picture of that model who was 13. I don't really believe she was 13. I don't know about that. But needless to say, what I want to do, I want to start off with an activity. I don't know if y'all have ever done this before, but I want everybody to kind of think about kind of the way that, not so much modeling, but just images, like media images, music videos, TV, movies, magazines, the way that we see female images, black or white, you know, Puerto Rican, whatever, the way that we see them can shape the way that we feel about ourselves sometimes. Sometimes we can watch a reality show or watch a movie or something, and we look at what somebody else has, the way they're dressed, what kind of house they got, the way that they live, or even the way that they look. And we might, for 1 second, I know y'all real strong and y'all good in here, but there's times even in me as an adult, I may think for a second, you know what, I don't have this or that person looks happy, or this person's got that, why don't I have that? Or, you know, there's just different things that you question, those things that go through your mind when you're looking at these different images. And the younger you are when they start, the more ingrained that they stay. So what I would like everyone to do in this activity that I'm setting up, I think there's like 15 girls here. So I'd like you to get into groups of 3. And after you get into your groups of 3, you all know each other, so I ain't gotta split everybody up, do all that stuff. I'm gonna give each one of you all a magazine, and then I'm gonna tell you what to do after that. So first, let's get into the groups of 3.
Are y'all in them already?
Yeah, we're in
They're in them already.